Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll really help the channel out. Let's get started. Our first one comes from Dazzling School 8706. Am I the beehole for calling my ex greedy and telling her to chase her baby daddy if she needs stuff for her daughter instead of me? I, a 32-year-old male, was married to Emma, a 32-year-old female, for 8 years. We have known each other practically our whole lives. And we got together towards the end of high school and married when we were in college. Our son was born a year later. We were young, 21, but I really thought we'd be together always. I adored her and picked up and moved because she wanted to follow her parents and sister to another state. I worked while she stayed home with our son, Robin, and then 4 years ago I thought we were expecting our second child together. And I came home to find her with another guy. They were talking about their baby. And she was saying how excited she was to see his little girl. She told me during the divorce that she was telling him that so he would stay and she knew her daughter was really mine. DNA proved otherwise, and I rejected any parental responsibility for her daughter. Because we were legally married and the actual father was gone, it was tricky to get the court to sever the automatic parental rights. But they did. Emma even put me on the birth certificate. Thankfully, that was erased when I was freed from responsibility towards Emma's daughter. Emma tried so many times to get me back. I have told her each and every time that I would never look at her and feel love again. I told her the best thing for her to do is find someone else and leave me alone. We share custody of Robin and he has always struggled with everything that's happened. I found a therapist for him when we were going through the divorce and they check in with each other from time to time. Robin had questions that I did my best to answer with the therapist. Questions like, will we ever get back together? Me and Emma. Is Emma's daughter mine? And why isn't Emma's daughter mine, since he was told she was before the affair was discovered? And after, as a way for Emma to try and make me take her daughter on, I pay child support for Robin. I also send him over with clothes and stuff I buy for him. Because Emma cannot afford to clothe him well, and the judge has said that this does not matter in the terms of custody. Emma has tried to get me to send more unisex clothings with Robin so she can use them for her daughter eventually too. I refused. She also asked me to buy some girly toys, or to buy some gifts for Robin to give to his sister. She broke down in front of me a few days ago when we left a meeting with Robin's school. And she told me that she's struggling and her daughter is growing up seeing her brother have so much more than her. And she feels guilty, but she needs my help. She said I'm the only person who could/would help. I called her greedy while she was pleading, and I told her if she wanted stuff for her daughter, then she better chase after her baby daddy and leave me alone because I will never be responsible for her child. She started yelling at me, and I walked away. That night, she sent me a dozen messages saying I was spiteful towards a child. And it made me more of a beehole than her. Am I the beehole? Hi, OP. You are not the beehole. And maybe if your wife wanted you, well, your ex-wife, wanted you to provide for a child, she shouldn't have cheated and had a child with the man she cheated with. Far as I'm concerned, this is like a stranger coming up to me and saying, hey, can you buy all this stuff for my child? All this expensive clothing and shoes and all this nonsense? That's what this essentially is to me. And also, it's a miracle you were able to get off the birth certificate and, not have to have any parental rights to a child that's not yours. It's insane that you have to fight to do that. This person can cheat on you, make your life a living hell, and ruin everything, and you still have to deal with a child that's not yours. That is insane. And also, that part where she was trying to make a scene and started crying in front of you, you handled that well by walking away. There was nothing you could do. She had her mind set on trying to embarrass you and shame you into taking care of a child that's not yours. This is the consequences of her reactions. You keep raising your child and let her handle her child herself. She made her decision. Now she has to deal with it. Our next one comes from the Get Up Kids 67-8. Am I the beehole for leaving a pregnant woman outside of her doctor's office without a ride home? I was picking up my 2-year-old son from daycare, which is in a commercial building that also has a doctor's office. When I was strapping my son in his car seat in a parking lot, a clearly pregnant woman approached me and got quite close to where I was standing, like 2 feet away from my open car door where I was bent over buckling in my son. She asked for help with her Uber and said she doesn't speak English fluently. I spoke with the Uber driver on speaker. And he was at another branch of the doctor's office in another town, and he advised us to cancel and book another Uber. I offered to do this for her and canceled her ride and typed in the correct address into the app for her. But she kept deleting the address and then handing me the phone again. I told her I was putting the address in correctly for her, but she continued to delete the address. I felt like I couldn't do much more for her at that point, and said a few more times that she needs to enter the correct address into the app. There was a clear language barrier. I only speak English and I'm average at Spanish. And her phone had Farsi letters on it, which, other than recognizing that, I had no knowledge of. I started to leave and she kept asking me to stay and help her. I told her I needed to get home and that she wasn't allowing me to help her. She got very snippy towards me and I got in my car and left. I felt bad because she was pregnant and seemed distressed about getting home. But I felt like we were at a stalemate in what I could do for her. And I was also uncomfortable with how close she had approached me initially. That I was with my young son, and that she kept deleting the address when I typed it in. Am I the beehole? No, this one's a pretty simple one. I don't think I have to say much. You're not the beehole. You were helping her solve the problem by putting in the right address. She kept deleting the address. Not much you can do there. I probably would have given up and left too. Can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. Our next one comes from Solcium18. Am I the beehole for giving a fake name at Starbucks? Alright, so I, a 22-year-old male, think this whole thing is ridiculous, but my girlfriend, a 21-year-old female, is really angry at me. So, here we go. I don't like giving my real name at places like Starbucks and similar stores, where they shout out your name when the order's ready. I can't tell you why. I have a normal, reasonably common name. But, for some reason, it majorly creeps me out when a barista shouts my name through a room full of strangers. I guess it's just at least to me, some harmless quirk I have. So, whenever I'm at a store where they want your name, I say, it's Tom. And that's literally the name I use. Nothing inappropriate or outlandish, just plain Tom. I always use the same one, so there's no confusion or anything. They yell Tom, I get my drink/food, and that's never been a problem until now. A couple of days ago, I was at a Starbucks with my new girlfriend and ordered our drinks while she sat down. I gave them my fake name, as always, and when our order was ready, they shouted Tom, and I went and got it. My girlfriend was a bit confused and asked me if I went and got someone else's order, which is fair enough. So I explained the thing to her and thought that was that, but she got really angry. She says it's really disrespectful to lie like that, and that I'm making everybody in the store out to be creeps who will do something bad if they know my name. Which is not at all what's happening. I just don't like it when they yell my real name. So I found a harmless way to get around that. But she can't see it like that. She thinks I'm a pathological liar who is always way too suspicious of everyone, and I need to stop. I really can't see the problem she has. It's really not that deep. I don't think I'm hurting anyone. Or am I? So yeah, I'm really confused by her reaction. And asking myself if I'm the beehole after all of that for some reason. I can't comprehend. So Reddit. Am I the beehole for giving a fake name? Hi OP, you are not the beehole in this part where you're asking if you're hurting anyone. No, you're not hurting anyone. Those people at Starbucks don't know you. Nobody in that store knows you. And yeah, there are bad people in the world who will follow you for any little thing and try to ruin your life. She's acting so weird because I know if someone told me that, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Good thing she's your new girlfriend and you don't have, and you haven't invested too much time in her. She sounds like she's gonna get really annoying as your relationship goes on. Just food for thought. Our next story comes from ManoCat9. Am I the beehole for reporting a driver for forcing me to give up my reserved seat? I had to take a night coach from Edinburgh to London and decided to book 2 tickets for myself and reserve seats which were next to each other. so I could stretch out a bit. When I got on, I sat on the seat on the aisle side and put my stuff on the window seat as people were on board. To prevent anyone from sitting there, most people got the hint and carried on. Then, an older lady got on and asked to sit in the seat. I told her I had reserved it. She went to complain to the bus driver, who, without hesitation, said no one's sitting there, so you can have it. Mind you, there are plenty of other seats available. I said I'd paid for it, but they cut me off, saying no one's there, so I can't keep it for free. There's 2 drivers on each of these night coaches, and the other one said they have the right to resell the ticket anytime, which didn't make any sense to me, as they weren't reselling. They just forced my seat away for no reason. I tried protesting, and they encouraged the lady to sit down. They didn't even let me have the window seat. I paid for extra, not only for the second ticket, for the option to reserve specific seats. I complained online, but of course, I'm still stuck on coach now next to this person who could have a seat anywhere else. This is in the UK if it helps, on a National Express bus. Am I the beehole? So I was gonna do a whole, you're not the beehole, cause yeah, you're not the beehole. You paid for those seats. They don't get to just steal those seats from you and give it to someone. But we got a little update right here. OP spoke with customer services. They confirmed the driver was absolutely incorrect in doing this, and there was no reason to sit a person in a seat if they hadn't reserved it. They took down all his info and will be escalating this to the driver's manager. Both drivers will be reprimanded and retrained, and they sent him an email to confirm the action had been taken. Counts it as a success. And a little bit lower, randomized 42 asked, did you get a refund too? And OP did get a refund, so hey, this story actually has a happy ending. Our final story comes from Posiloquent Bish. Am I the beehole for disturbing my boyfriend in the shower? So, my boyfriend, male, 28, got up earlier than me, female, 27, this morning. When I woke up, I had to pee so badly. Now, I could hear my boyfriend was in the shower. So, I decided I was gonna wait for him to be done. After 5 minutes, I let him know I had to pee really badly, and asked him if he was done soon. After another 5 minutes, I was in pain. I was sitting on the floor in front of the bathroom door because I was about to pee my pants, and it was hurting so bad. I knocked on the door again, I apologized and said I really had to go. He got mad and got out. I apologized over and over, and explained to him that I almost peed myself and I was in pain. But he would not listen. He was just mad and yelling. When I got out of the bathroom, he left and didn't come back for a while. When he did come back, he was grumpy and barely spoke. So, am I the beehole? I would like to add that the reason I didn't just pee while he was in there is because he doesn't like seeing or hearing people pee, and doesn't want to be near someone peeing. Hi OP, you are not the beehole. And yeah, it sounds like you guys only have one bathroom. This is why you need 2 bathrooms, or at least a bathroom and a half bathroom. But it's not good to hold your pee. And go pee, it's not like you were blowing up the bathroom, stinking up the place. And also that part where he doesn't like to hear or see anyone pee. I assume you have a shower curtain and the shower is on. How is he gonna hear you pee? I see a lot of people in the comments saying that he was battling with himself in the shower. Yeah. That's a way to see it. That could be it. Maybe he's mad that you had to burst in and stop halfway, but you're his girl. I mean, why would he be ashamed to continue? It's not like you haven't seen. Alright, everyone, and that's another one in the bag. Can you please do me a favor and do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It will really and truly help the channel out. Velvet out.